Welcome up, BVB Army. Welcome back to another episode of BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. My name is Ruth.
And I'm Nicole.
And we have a fan with us today, Joseph.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you so much. We do note Joseph is having some technology issues, so sadly we won't get to see him, but we'll get to hear his voice and everything throughout this episode. So thank you again, Joseph.
No problem.
As you guys seen on the title below, this is our amazing episodes that we love enjoying to do with fans, hearing fan stories. And thank you, Joseph, for finding some time in your schedule to meet us to tell everyone who's watching this episode and us your BVB fan stories. First question is, how did you discover Blackville Brides?
Oof, the biggest question I have yet to answer.
Oh, okay.
I think it was sometime in 8th grade. I was 13 at the time. It was, I think, technology class, but we had free time at the end of the class to do whatever we wanted. I had a classmate next to me who was on YouTube, and they were looking up their favorite artist at the time, which, lo and behold, is the topic we're talking about. So me being into like 3 Days Grace, Metallica, Breaking Benjamin at the time, she recommended, Blackville Brides. She introduced me to Knives and Pens because that was the only music video at the time. I watched it on her screen for a couple minutes, and it was really hard for me to understand at first what the lyrics meant because of the whole screaming thing. I wasn't into that to begin with. I looked at the lyrics. The lyrics spoke to me in a specific way. So after that, I went home, I looked up the video and the lyrics again, and had a side by side of the lyrics on one page and the video on the other. To me, it kind of corresponded in my situation at the time, because I was always, the outcast or the outsider. So yeah, that song has been a major part of my life for 13 years.
You've been there pretty much from the start, haven't you then?
Yeah.
I love always meeting fans who's been there from the start, because we've seen the journey that the band has taken from where they are now.
And then Joseph, where do you live exactly?
I live in New Jersey.
Ah.
Okay. I was just curious because when you said it was hard to find the We Stitch These Wounds album, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure, at the time, especially with BVB releasing their second album, they blew up big. So I can imagine that first album was difficult. Like you couldn't find it on Amazon or like nothing.
Hot Topic.
Nope. Couldn't find it on Amazon, Hot Topic.
Wow.
All sold out, huh?
All sold out.
It just shows how popular they were when their first album came out. But you do have it now, right?
Yes, I do have it.
Let's say, thank gosh.
Would you say Knives and Pens is your favorite song, or do you have like the ultimate favorite song of all of their songs they've created?
Ooh.
I know it's a hard one.
Right in the heartstrings. Top 5.
Okay.
Drag Me to the Grave.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Tugging my heartstrings in 2014 when it came out. The whole album. Perfect Weapon.
That note.
Sweet Blasphemy.
Hey.
Yes.
That's Nicole's favorite song.
Hey. All right, this one's a tough one. Even though they never played it live, Revelation.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you said that. I don't think I've heard a fan actually say Revelation is on their top.
Never.
Like their tops,
Yeah. You are the first.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a sucker for Jake's solo in that song.
Yes. Jake is so great at all of his solos.
Definitely. I might have to look. The last one's a hard one.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, wait. Actually, no, it's not a hard one.
Oh.
Born Again is my other favorite.
From the Phantom Tomorrow. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Born Again is good.
Not to be a copy or anything, but I actually thought about getting that same lyric that Ruth had on her arm on my arm.
Aw.
The Blackbird lyrics?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I do have a couple ideas. There's the one line from Drag Me to the Grave. I won't let these demons drag me to the grave.
That's a good one.
Yes, I have the
Drag
Me to. This is all Drag Me to the Grave lyrics right here.
Oh, wow.
That song means so much to me, so I know where you're coming from with that.
Knives and Pens, of course. Not sure exactly what part of the song I want tattooed. And of course, there's Blackbird. I do have a couple ideas though.
No, that's awesome. You plan on doing like a sleeve, or you have specific spots on your body where you want them, or don't know yet?
I don't know. I thought about putting the lyrics right next to my logo tattoo on the inside of my right forearm.
Oh, that would be cool. I like that.
I do have other tattoos though.
BVB related or non-BVB?
Two of them are, but one of them isn't. The last one I got is more sentimental to me in a way. It's a car that my grandfather always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, my family and I lost him in 2020 in March. So I decided to get that tattoo for him of the car that he wanted, and I have it on the outside of my left forearm.
You always have that with you now,
Definitely.
That's what matters.
But as for the Blackville Brides related tattoos, I have the Bengals tattoo and a Batman logo.
Yes.
We could definitely tell in your picture that you are a Bengals
fan. Yes, we see that.
Yes.
What were your mixed emotions on the Super Bowl?
To be honest, I was mad.
I don't blame you.
Yep.
I know the Bengals have been waiting to get into the Super Bowl for a long time, and I've been a fan of theirs since their 8-0 season with Andy Dalton and Marvin Lewis, their head coach at the time.
Hopefully next season they're going to do great and cross our fingers and make it again to the Super Bowl and win this time. So
yes, of course.
They got robbed, so they deserve a fresh new start.
Yeah, we watched it. We were heartbroken. I know this might be a tricky one, so we did ask you for your favorite songs. So from all their amazing albums they have come out with, which one is your favorite one?
Like favorite album or song?
Yes, favorite album.
I'm gonna have to go with 4.
Ooh, I like that answer. If I'm not mistaken, Ruth, I think Joseph's the first to also say that Blackville Brides 4 is his favorite.
So too, yeah. Everyone always says we Russian Divine, there's Veil, there was
I think We Stitch These Wounds. There's We Stitch These Wounds.
Yes,
and Set the World on Fire, right?
Set the World on Fire. You are the first to have said Veil is your favorite.
No, right. Fourth.
Wow, you brain fart right there. Has 4 is your favorite.
Nicole caught that. I didn't. So give props to her.
Yes, thank you, Nicole.
No, you're good. I mean, I wouldn't have honestly. Okay, if she wasn't holding the CD up, I wouldn't have caught it. When she said Veil, I'm like, yeah. And I looked at the CD, I was like, that's not Veil.
4. I always forget that 4 doesn't have a name. It's just Blackville Brides 4. So
out of curiosity, I want to ask you both now. Joseph, your favorite Blackville Brides album is 4, which I definitely want you to tell us why. But I gotta ask you both. Were you guys a little bit saddened that it didn't have a title name? It was just Blackville Brides?
Mostly. I was very confused.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't say I was confused or sad because, I know, major artists, they have their self-titled album, which is technically their first album. Blackville Brides never had that, so I was really never bothered by it.
No, I agree with you, Joseph. I wasn't bothered by it either, but I had the same mindset where I was like, oh, I would have expected that to be, more for the first album rather than the 4. But either way, I was, once again, not bothered. But please explain, why is number 4 your favorite?
Well, let me backtrack a little bit. Wretched and Divine was the album that got me solely into Blackville Brides. 4 is my favorite album because it helped me with Faithless, that was a good song. Goodbye Agony, that's a good song to listen to when you're upset, in my mind. Of course, Drag Me to the Grave, that resonated with me at the time in a more impactful way, to, say the least. Because at the time I was not, mentally with it. I was going through a lot of emotions, how high school. I know they had a regular album which didn't have one song on it, but the quote unquote ultimate edition had one extra song.
For Blackville, are you talking about for Blackville Brides 4?
Yeah.
The bonus track song Sons of Night?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That song was a good song.
Oh, yes, it is. I feel I understand it's a bonus track, but like I thought it was so delicious. It should have been on the album itself.
Exactly. That's what I thought too.
I'm glad we think alike.
Yeah, I would say overall that was my favorite album. Helped me with high school. It helped me with some dark times. It still does to this day. Now that they have 6 albums.
What's 7?
Sorry, 7. You're right.
Well, 7 is coming with the
Well, yeah, 7's coming.
part 2 of the Phantom Tomorrow.
I can't wait for that, to be honest. I really
Oh,
can't.
we are all waiting here, like impatiently. It's like, give us something, give us something, give us something.
Drop the thing now. Let's go.
I know, right? Just shut up and take our money.
Literally. It's interesting because again, you are the first fan to say that 4 is your favorite album, because we've already named all the other albums that have been popular with the Army and the fans that we've had already here. For me, I will admit 4, I don't listen as much to it just because it's a good album. Don't get me wrong. It's just not my top album to go to. So it's just interesting to hear other fans' perspective on like their opinions, and obviously your opinion on why 4 is your favorite.
Well, going to the topic of your least favorite, or the least album you've never, constantly listened to.
There you go.
Set the World on Fire wasn't my favorite.
Oh, okay.
But I do have to say there is one good song that resonates with me.
Which is?
God Bless You.
Ah.
I can't lie. I feel like Set the World on Fire was just, to me, it's very iconic. It's a very iconic album because I feel like for back during the time that it got released, rock music, especially like glam rock and all of that, was not like as popular as it was, as for like the generation at that time growing up did not care for rock and roll. It was kind of more like hip hop and pop. So to me, listening to Set the World on Fire during that time in school like was awesome because it felt like I was like a part of like the 80s and 90s. To me, that's the vibes it gives off.
100%. I agree with you with that one. Nicole, would you like to ask your signature question when it comes to albums?
Yes, I would. Ruth, do you have the CD?
Oh, it's prepared.
Okay, girl. Okay. So Joseph, as you know, I ask everyone this question and I got to know, do you prefer we stitch these wounds or restitch these wounds?
Restitch.
Oh, wait, did you say re or we? Restitch?
Restitch. Okay, sorry. I heard we.
Tell us why.
I don't know. Like to me, I think Andy's vocal range in that song is a lot different. I mean, obviously it is because it's a revamped version of the first album. One song, I think it was Sweet Blasphemy, or just Sweet Blasphemy or Never Give In. I think it was Sweet Blasphemy. Like how he sings it live. Like I know how there was interviews that I've seen how he wanted to like sing it on the first album that way.
Yes.
Like per se, like the tone of his voice or whatever.
Okay, Joseph, I know exactly what you were talking about. And I am like, so my heart is like pounding like a jackhammer right now because I'm so excited that you said that, because I literally was telling Ruth, like, before they came out with Restitch These Wounds and they came out with the Alive and Burning CD or DVD, sorry. The way he sung Sweet Blasphemy live, I was like, he's hitting different vocal ranges that he was not hitting in, the original Sweet Blasphemy. So I was like, oh my God, it sounds so good. It was amazing. So when I heard about, Restitch These Wounds, I was just praying that he sung Sweet Blasphemy the same way he did live. And he did halfway. I mean, as you know, towards the very end of the song is when he brought out that vocal range.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said something because I feel like I was the only person noticing this.
So we all know the newest album has been The Phantom Tomorrow Part 1 and everything. What are your thoughts, Joseph, on this amazing newest album they came out with?
I guess I can go back to when it first came out.
October.
Like the day it came out. Unfortunately, I never got a physical copy because someone's broke over here.
Hey, I hear that. I feel that.
Yeah, broke club. It's like, so yeah, like, I mean, me having Spotify Premium, I looked it up as soon as it got released at midnight. Well, before that, it was the listening party, which I attended.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
the Jake on his Twitch stream, or
Yeah.
was it the other thing? I don't remember.
I think it was the other thing.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember the.
Wasn't that like the live concert they were doing?
I believe so.
Yeah, but I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
Honestly, I thought it was fantastic. It still is. Don't get me wrong. The aesthetics of, the whole Phantom of the Opera thing that I feel like I've noticed, or maybe I'm the last one to notice this, but with Blackbird and how, to me, in my mind, and probably in Andy's and the rest of the guys, they wanted to go towards like the Phantom of the Opera direction with the whole, aesthetics, so to speak, I guess. I love part one, but I really cannot wait for part two.
I second that.
I'll third that. I think we're all in agreement. Like the Phantom Tomorrow is literally a phenomenal album, and it literally has me pumped to know, just to find out what part two is going to sound like, what it's going to be like. I'm wondering, is it going to be kind of similar? Are they going to go way beyond and go crazy different? Like, these questions need answers.
No, I'm just curious if they're gonna like continue on with the story with Blackbird and Nine, or as I mentioned you to Nicole in one of our episodes, is that they're gonna go before and explain why Nine and Blackbird are in this beef between each other. So I'm just like,
exactly. But on the topic of the Phantom Tomorrow, Joseph, do you have a favorite song from that album or a top three?
To me, it's a tie between Blackbird and Born Again.
ooh, two good ones, two very good ones.
Shadows Rise is a great song. I put that as second. Although I do have to admit, Torch, it took me a little bit to warm up to that song.
Oh, explain.
I mean, with the behind the scenes pictures that Andy was posting on Instagram and Twitter, where he has his fingers to his head like a gun. I thought there was going to be screaming in that part, but not really, which is okay now. At first, I was just, disappointed that there wasn't when I first heard the song.
That's actually interesting. I'm playing it like in my head now. It kind of would have been actually pretty bomb if he did do a few screams in there. I don't want to say it's a slow song, but it's definitely like the beat is definitely lowered, if that makes sense. So I mean, I feel like, ooh, Andy, please do a slow song with screams, my man, please.
That would be really interesting if he did that.
I think it could work with his vocal range. I really think
definitely.
it could.
100%. This might be a tricky one, but what has been your favorite memory with them? So this could be through VIP experience, concerts, maybe it's something through social media itself with the bands.
Meeting them for the first time back in November. That was exciting, but also kind of nerve-wracking in a way because I've never experienced that with a band, and knowing how much, they mean to me and have meant to me the past 13 years. Not to sound like a fanboy or anything, but like Andy and, of course the rest, they have gotten me through the toughest times of my life, whether if it was like death and, like losing family members, losing friends throughout the years and breakups and this and that. I've always turned to them when times are tough for me. Andy's one main reason why I started writing as, a hobby, way back when, I want to say in 2012, maybe 2013, Jake, he inspired me to play guitar. I go back and forth between the two, even though unfortunately the creative block or writer's block or whatever you want to call it, it's been pretty heavy, on me for the past couple of years because again, losing my grandfather, being close with him like Andy was with his grandfather and all that, it made me lose my touch with those activities.
Yeah.
Sad to say. I do plan on picking back up on it. I just don't know exactly when.
No, I get that. I mean, sometimes it's hard, I feel like losing people, it affects everyone differently. And I feel that sometimes when we get down on ourselves. There are certain things that we used to do that we stopped doing. And I feel like, not that we mean to stop, but, we lack the motivation to be able to pick certain things back up again. So I'm really glad to hear that, Blackville Brides has helped to get you back into the hobbies that you used to do.
I feel like with you opening up of how they helped you, like with your writing and your guitar playing, everything, that kind of goes into the next question that we had was like, is that one way that Blackville Brides has impacted your life then? Or
Yes. Like I was never into like writing creatively or just writing in general. Like I was never into that when I was younger, when I first was into them. Now that I'm pushing 26, in May, and me still being like an outcast or an outsider still, it's like that's the only thing exciting that I do. Like I know I'm taking a break from it for now, and like I said, I do plan on going back to it later on. I just don't know when. Like I have no friends. I've basically had to remove myself from the outlet of friends I had because they kept picking on me and bullying me, and not to get into much more detail, but also family members. Family members have been doing the same thing to me. So it's like, okay, friends are going to push me away, or I'm going to push friends away if they're going to treat me this way, or family's going to treat me this way. I'm going to push them away. So it's like, I have, to me, in my mind, I feel like I have nothing left but music, like listening to music or writing or playing my guitar, or heck, even video games. I play video games all the time. I'm still looking for a job, in New Jersey, especially around my area. It's difficult to find one without experience. I have other things to worry about, like driving. I'm starting to drive. Like I have my permit and everything. I'm doing lessons like every other week or every other 2 weeks. I have my last lesson coming up, I think, this week, and in April I have my driving test. So I'm hoping, not to ramble on, but I'm hoping that I pass my driver's test and I'm able to get myself out there more and do things, outside of staying in the house all the time.
No, I totally get that. And honestly, Joseph, you don't say you don't have friends.
yeah.
We are your friends. The BVB Army is your friend and your family. I hope you can write us. You can write any member of the BVB Army. We're all here for you, through good and bad times. And I'm really glad that Blackville Brides has helped you. And I'm glad that they've helped to inspire you to write. That's incredible.
Very. And I just want to emphasize this as much as I can and everything. Like, in life, life is a roller coaster. We have our ups and downs, but I know a lot of people see big achievements as the main thing and everything, which, like, yeah, I get it. But like those baby steps, those small achievements mean everything too. Like for you passing your driver's test, which hoping you do, and everything, like that's going to be a big achievement and everything. Like take those small wins and just celebrate them, because those need to be celebrated.
It's the little things.
Mm-hmm. Sending you hug.
Sending you love and hugs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you're smiling over there.
Yes, we hope so.
I am.
Good. You better be.
And again, I'm just going to repeat what Nicole said. BVB Army, we are here for everyone. Like I have mentioned this several times in episodes, we are family and we are friends. Like I met Nicole through the Army and she's become one of my closest friends too. And I hope there are fans out there that maybe you talk to here and there that will become your close friends too, even if it's through online, still friendship there. So,
right. Although I do have to bring up that photo shoot, if I can speak properly, that you guys did is phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
We try. So we were talking about your Blackville Brides tattoos. You said that you definitely have a Bengals tattoo and you have a Batman tattoo, correct?
Yes.
And you said it's both like the logos.
Yes.
Okay. And then your other tattoo is of the vehicle that you said that your grandfather wanted?
Yes.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what are the extra ideas that you have for your Blackville Bride tattoos?
I really never give it that much thought. I wanted to get a couple more Blackville Brides themed tattoos.
You mentioned the logo one, correct?
Yes, I have the logo from the fourth album,
Ah.
Ooh.
which is actually my first tattoo.
Oh. The logo like this, the one like in here.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at my poster. I was like, which one? it should be
the star with
the
spikes.
Yes. Yes.
Ah.
Do you have plans on getting like the demon character that they had on the cover at all to interpret, or no?
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I don't think so.
Okay.
Again, I never really put too much thought into that. I do plan on getting like family themed tattoos. Like again, I have one for my grandfather. I plan on getting one for my dad and my grandmother. I also plan on getting a tattoo for our family dog, who we unfortunately lost due to cancer in 2021.
I'm so sorry.
I don't mean to be a downer, but it's on my mind. I have to speak about it.
I would do the same. Just know the fact that your lovely pup is in the Rainbow Bridge now, so he or she is waiting for you.
I hope so.
Oh, definitely are.
Maybe a flower for my grandmother. She loved flowers, and she still does, even though she doesn't, like garden anymore like she used to. As for my dad, probably a skull.
That's so cool. I love that you want to get tattoos to represent each of your family members, which I find so adorable.
I know. I actually, it's Joseph. It's crazy that you and I are like seriously alike. Okay. Because that's exactly what I have a tattoo of a tractor for my grandfather. And I also, I have plans on getting tattoos for like my mom, my dad, my grandma, all of that. So it's just crazy. Like, how are we not best friends, sir?
That's a good question. I mean, we are friends on Facebook.
Are we really?
What?
I hardly get on Facebook. Probably why I hardly get on. If I get on, it's just to post something real quick, then I get off.
Right.
Facebook's dead.
Yeah, I do think we also follow each other on Twitter.
I think we do follow each other on Twitter. I'm starting to be more active on social media. I'm one of those absent friends. I mean, I think about you guys all the time. I just never write. I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're not the only one. I'm starting to become that. So
Yeah, me too.
Joseph, you mentioned that you had VIP experience with the most recent tour, right? The in-between tour, correct?
Yes, correct.
Is that the only concert you've been to? Have you been to other past Blackville Brides concerts?
No, I've been to a couple. First time was Warped Tour in 2013. Second tour I was at, I believe, was the Black Mass tour.
That was a good one.
I forget who they were touring with at the time, though. I know it was Falling in Reverse and some other bands.
Set It Off, Drama Club, wherever they disappeared.
Yes. Yes. The time they were touring with Bullet for My Valentine and Memphis Mayfire, I think.
Was that in 2012 or 2011 or 2012, something like that? Because I feel like, because you said they toured with Bullet for My Valentine?
Yes.
That's the one, Ruth, I was telling you that I had tickets for. And Andy broke his nose at the time, so that show got canceled for Denver. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, my show that I went to, they canceled because Andy was sick. So
did he have pneumonia by chance?
I don't know. I don't know if he specifically said exactly what he had, but they said he was sick.
Okay, I only asked because I know during the AP tour, Andy had pneumonia. So, and I know there was a few shows. I think there were some shows they canceled. They didn't cancel them all, but I wasn't sure if that was perhaps the one you were talking about.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Wait, did they go on tour with Falling in Reverse twice or just once?
I just remember.
I think just once.
I think it was just once.
Okay.
You maybe you're thinking of Asking Alexandria.
That was the Resurrection tour.
The Resurrection Tour.
That was the one I was at. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nice.
Nope, no worries.
Although I do have to say, Asking Alexandria is great live.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time. That was the first time I saw them live.
Same.
Well, same here.
we're all in the same boat. Yes.
They never cease to amaze me when I see them live. It's always a great feel. Throughout the years, I've been going to concerts with my dad, or this past November, I unfortunately had to go by myself,
Oh.
which felt kind of, again, not to repeat what I said earlier, nerve-wracking. And, sometimes with how my adrenaline gets, unfortunately, I'm an adrenaline junkie. So, like, if I'm at a concert or whatever, and if I get too excited, even though this makes completely no sense, I was completely calm and collected the whole time during the concert. After they were done, my adrenaline just wore off like entirely and made me feel like complete garbage.
I can totally understand that. I feel like that's just like a concert thing too. I don't know. I feel like, as you said, your adrenaline gets pumping. So like you were super like, I'm sure at that point, everything, you were feeling so many mixed emotions. I'm sure the anxiety was there, the happiness, the tears, because you're seeing them. And then when it's over, it's like all of your body and your emotions, everything is trying to calm itself down. But when it tries to do that, it's like it makes you feel nauseous and sick or
like
something.
Withdrawals in a way.
Yeah. It's like, because you were sitting there like trying not to tense, and then when you're able to relax after the concert, I feel like, and that's where your body's like trying to calm itself down.
Yeah, like meeting the guys for the first time, it was nerve-wracking, again, meeting them for the first time and knowing how much they mean to me. And I did manage to talk to Jake and Andy. Just them, unfortunately. I showed them all my tattoos, and Andy noticed me from Twitter, I think.
Ooh.
Because when I walked up to them, he was like, "Hey Joe, how you doing?" And in my head, I was like, how the hell does he know my name? then I reminded myself, like, oh yeah, Twitter, and I talk with Chris and all that, and maybe Chris told him about it or what have you. And it was kind of easing in a way, because he was the first one to start the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really like the type of person that like to start conversation. I'd rather have someone else start it.
I feel that.
He asked me how I was doing. I said I was doing okay, but I was nervous. And I showed him my tattoos, and he approved of all of them. Told Jake about something on Twitter.
That's great that your first VIP experience went well and you were able to English with them, because I remember my first VIP, that was a Resurrection Tour, had this whole speech, froze. All I could do was smile.
Andy's usually super sweet though.
Yes.
He'll always start the conversation, and it's great because Andy deals with anxiety, and I feel like maybe he can catch on to the people that might be feeling like they can't speak. Mm-hmm. So I think he definitely steps in, and I think that's just great. He's done that. He did it for me. He did it for you. I think he did it for you too, Ruth, right?
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the show. Still remember that. Andy, there's so many words I can describe for that man, but he is just so real and pure to all his fans, and just for himself in general in life. Like, he is a sincere guy. Like, he works so hard for this band and for his fans. I really hope he knows that there's so many fans in this BVB Army that are grateful for all his hard work and just everything that he does for himself, for the band, for the fans. So Andy, you are amazing.
He doesn't look as tall as he does up close. Is he like what? Is he like what? 6'4"?
I mean, he's tall for me because I'm just short. So I
do agree with Joseph though, but I can only agree with you because I'm always usually in platform boots. So when I meet him, it's like, he's still taller than me, but it's not, I get you. I'm like, oh, he's not that tall. But then I'm like, Nicole, dummy, you're wearing Demonia boots. Come on now.
Take it from me. I'm 5'6.5".
Oh, you're taller than me for sure.
Me too.
Hey, I'd rather be 5'2".
Really?
Really?
I'm not 5'2", 6'2". Wow.
Oh,
Oh, I was about to say, I was like,
I caught myself. No, I'd rather be 6'2".
I mean, yeah, I feel like most guys will want to be like in that 6 foot range.
Mhm.
Is it just so you could be tall?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to
No,
be tall.
sometimes-
I don't want to be short. I don't want to be stuck behind people that are in front of me in concerts. I want to see over their heads, not, their back.
I feel
It's the worst,
that
right?
way.
As you know, Blackville Brides has gone through many, many eras, and every single one is just fantastic. What is your favorite Blackville Brides era?
Wretched and Divine.
Legion of Black, the wild ones.
It's a good era.
There you go. Wretched and Divine. Such a good era. Miss that era.
A lot of people's favorites, I want to say. I mean, of course, I think we haven't really been able to ask many fans because Cassidy's the one that started it, which is such a good question. But I feel like I have a feeling everyone would say Wretched and Divine.
Yeah, I have such a struggle because like with the Phantom Tomorrow, like, oh, that era is so good.
It was a good time to be alive.
Oh, yes, it was. Oh.
Definitely.
How has been your experience with the BVB Army?
I do actually have a couple close friendships that I've had throughout the years due to Blackville Brides. One is going on 11 years, and another one is going on either 9 or 10 years.
Either way, both friendships long. That's great.
That's amazing.
Were they online?
Yes.
Okay, even better. That's great. And that you have true friendship right there when it's all online, and to be friends for that many years, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's online, most people feel like it's difficult, but like that's great to have a friendship last that long. I love it.
Well, I'm glad you're able to like have found these friendship, and still communicate with them and everything, and discuss whatever you guys discuss, personal life, BB stuff. But like, again, gonna repeat myself, like the Army is family. Friendships are in that army. No matter where you look, you're gonna find a friendship there. So I guess that brings us to our final question here. Do you, by any chance, Joseph, have any questions for Nicole and I?
I got one question. It's a popular topic that everyone talks about pretty much almost every day. Pineapple on pizza or no?
Oh God, no.
No, it's yes.
No.
I have to agree with Nicole on that one.
Pineapple on pizza is bomb.
I agree.
That shit
tried
slaps.
I tried it for the first time in Ohio when I was visiting my cousin and his girlfriend, and oh my God, it was the greatest thing ever.
It's like the perfect mixture of like, what would the word be? Savory. Exactly. Sweet and savory. It's a great combination.
I feel like I'm in a corner here. I'm just like,
she's being a little lump on a log over there, like now.
Okay, because I don't know, Joseph, maybe you're psychic or something, but I literally had 3-5 discussions with this topic with my students this week.
Oops.
And like we had that, and then the second one was red licorice or black licorice. By the way, Nicole, everyone agrees with me. Red licorice, not black licorice.
But you know
I
what?
have to agree with that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But you know who I have on my side? Chris and Andy. So you know what?
No, Nicole, she got the one up. Oh.
But okay, Ruth, your kids, did they all agree with the pineapple on pizza?
It was a 50-50
I just love. She's like, I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, I will say it was mostly with my older students, like the
Fair.
4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and so it just came up because they're kids. Kids are Anyway, so I just started asking all my students, and if we're going by each grade level, 4th grade, I would say 60% of them said yes to pineapple. If we're doing with 5th graders, I would say 70 said no to pineapple. And 6th grade was a split. It was like a 50-50 shot there. So
I love pineapple on pizza.
I won't understand. I just don't understand. people watching this, comment below. Pineapple yes on pizza, pineapple no on pizza. Chris.
If you don't say no for pineapple, I'm gonna get a bat. That's all I'm saying.
I already got a batter ready for saying no to black licorice already. So
Joseph's got the bat. I'll bring the barbed wire.
Yeah. Protect your kneecaps.
Oh my gosh.
For today's fan shout out for this episode goes to Angela. So her username on Twitter is Lantern Fire, and her top name, it says Angela MCC Beer Sack Black. She is a wonderful fan. I think she also has an Instagram too. If you go through her account and everything, she's a longtime fan of Blackville Brides. She definitely supports them in any way she can. She retweets, posts photos of her concert experience and everything. And just honestly, she gives positive quotes and vibes when you read her post, because you can tell just from reading her post, she's very dedicated and loyal to this band and everything that they do. So thank you, Angela, for being an awesome fan to the BVB Army, and just also another just a great fan. I mean, I can't repeat myself there, but like, you are amazing, so thank you.
And thank you, Joseph, for also being our first male to come on here and tell your Blackville Bride story.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate it and everything. Joseph, where can fans find you on the social media platforms?
I'd say mainly Twitter.
Twitter.
You know, my name is the Outsider 100, of course.
Yes. Would you like to say anything to the band or anything here, Joseph, or to the Army?
Andy, I want to thank you for being a huge inspiration to me, you know, with the writing and all that. And I also want to say that thank you for helping me, you know, live as long as I have, because if it wasn't for him and the band as a whole, you know, I don't think I would have made it this far in my life without them. I want to thank Jake for giving me inspiration to play guitar. I want to thank Lonnie for resurrecting the band in a way, you know, when the band needed someone the most. And Jinx, he's a fantastic violinist, if I can properly speak. And Cece, just keep banging those drums. That's all I gotta say.
Well, Joseph, I hope you know, not just me, like Ruth too, we're glad that you are still here. You do matter. You are important. You imprint that in your brain, okay? Just like every time you look in the mirror, remind yourself that you are worth it. You are. And it's not just us. I'm sure there are other people that haven't even told you that they are glad that they have met you and they're glad that you're here.
Yes, agreed. There's nothing to add on, but agreed.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Joseph, for coming on and sharing your Blackville Bride story. It really just warms my heart. And like I said, it's like Nicole said, thank you for being our first male BVB fan here. It's just exciting to hear different fans' perspectives of their story. So again, just thank you so much for being as open as let me reword that, just being open in general. So just thank you.
Again, thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure talking to both of you.
Thank you for your time too.
Yes.
I mean, your time is just as valuable as ours is.
Mm-hmm. Well, that does wrap it up this episode, guys. You can find all our social media links, I should say, in the description below. Our Twitter account also there. Joseph's Twitter account link will also be down in the description, so please give him a follow. He's amazing and everything. And yes, again, I know we said this last episode too, but if anyone who's watching this who wants to come on our show and share their BVB story, we have a Google form that is down below that asks you when's your availability time, your time zone, and everything in your Instagram or Twitter username, so we can contact you. So if you are interested, please fill out that form. We will love to hear your stories and everything. So again, Everything will be in the description below. And don't forget, we also have a podcast, so you can hear this soon. I just realized Joseph is our first fan story on a podcast now version. So there you go.
Hey.
Yay.
Remember, if you don't subscribe to the podcast or the YouTube channel, bat time.
Please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, look up our podcast on Google Podcasts, blanking, Spotify, there we go, and iHeartRadio. So look us up, BVB Army Hearts to Hearts, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.